I'm very happy to introduce you the next speaker. He's one of the people that are building in the ecosystem for quite a few years now. Myself, I know about him since 2017-18, but he's one of the people that stayed here together with his co-founder since the beginning of the expansion of the Romanian market. It's one individual that it's a technical guy, but has great understanding of how humans understand things in general, and he explains technical things in an easy to understand manner. And I don't want to make this moment longer than it needs. I want you to applause and welcome our next speaker, Sabin Simionescu, co-founder of TOKERO Exchange. Sabin, join. Woo!
Well, one thing you can rely on Earthlings, not to have the presentation. That's supposed to be a funny entrance. Okay. Hello, everybody. Anybody remembers this little guy from our childhood? He was right about one thing. Computers are getting more and more complicated every day. The advent of Web 2 actually gave us the ability to speak our voices in online. The advent of Web 3 is giving us the ability to own our content, our lives, everything in online, and in many cases, paper wallets in offline. There is one catch. Everything is getting extremely, extremely complicated. So, time to have a little fun with this presentation. We are at the beginning of a new age of finance. And what do you need? You need a population that actually knows how to use the technology. It took computers from the early 1990s, the early 2000s, to actually be usable by many people. And today's checking mic. Okay, and today's generation is actually more proficient on their smartphones than on an old keyboard. So literacy changes throughout time. Who knows what this quote relies on? Bingo. Just like there's a book between two genders, there will be books, if there aren't plenty already, about how crypto is so extremely different from fiat. We've all known money all of our lives. We know how to spend it. Some of us know how to earn it. But how about how to protect it? How about how to invest it? Did you learn in school how to invest your money? Anyone? Anyone learn in school how to invest your money? Well, that is one flaw of the educational system. I'd have to kill the whole speech to count the other ones, so we're going to skip that one. Anyone want to answer this question? What's the last book that you read? Okay. Would you consider that education closes, education stops in school, that your whole responsibility for education stops in school? Probably not. So why don't we keep learning? Because we're fed up with it. This is one of the books that actually changed my life. The author is pretty good. He actually wrote better books than this one, but this is the specific book that I liked. Back in 2015, I was doing my PhD in some mumbo-jumbo computer science stuff. I've been coding now for over 20 years. I can tell you school moved less than 0.1 pixel in my career, at least as a coder. And this would be a map of the problem that TOKERO is trying to tackle in the next 5 years. In the middle there, you might see Romania. It's a, if laser would work, it's this little orange thingy over here. Looks like a fish. Isn't that yummy? At that color, between 31 and 40% of adults are financially literate. What does it mean to be financially illiterate? To have crushing debt, to be living from day to day, to be in a position where you might not be able to provide for your family. Maybe today, yes, maybe tomorrow, not. Why? I was asking earlier if anybody learned about finances in school. That might be trick number 1. Teach finances in school. That might be a good idea. But not just in school. In how many of your families was money a taboo subject? How many of you talked about money with your parents? How many of your parents instilled in you good financial habits? Like don't overspend, don't have 10 credit cards. You can have good credit, but not extremes. I'm not seeing any hands. Well, this is not surprising. At 40%, given the population of the room, it is very, very possible that we have the financial literate with us here in the room. From, I don't know, a square kilometer or something like that? On battlefields, the armies have this saying, nobody gets left behind. This is one of the ideas that we are following at TOKERO. We don't want to leave any user behind. We will educate them, whether they like it or not. One thing that's going to force us into educating them is regulation, because you will not be able to sell any kind of financial instruments, products, whatever, to people that don't have minimum skills. So, what is TOKERO doing? Well, level 1. We are launching the TOKERO Academy. This is actually live on the website. Since last night, yes, I'm trying to make a speech as funny as possible. Not just a suit, but a speech as well. So, what do we actually do at TOKERO? Well, in this case, the list was long, so I've had to write it. This month, at another crypto conference, my co-founder Marius announced that we changed the trade from, I think it was minimum of 11, 20, 15, something like that euro, depending on the pair. We switched it to euro or to €1 or 1 USDT. You might notice the technical jargon on the screen. The "and" is written for programmers only. And we don't have any programmers in the room because they would have said that's an "or", not an "and". Okay. Funny story. Actually, back in 2017, 2018, when we launched TOKERO, built from 2017, launched in 2018, relaunched in 2019, a lot of code went into that. We were starting with Ron. Guess what happened? All the banks closed our accounts. I wonder what the financial literacy level is in Romanian banks. On average, 31 to 40%. And those people are managing your money. They go bankrupt, your money goes bye-bye with them. Not to mention the old infrastructure that that money runs on. Any one of you know COBOL? No? Nobody? Then you can't fix it yourselves. If you know Rust or you know C++, you can help fix the blockchain. You can't fix the banking system if you don't know its programming languages. So, other upgrades, SEPA in and SEPA out. We would have transformed in the instant, but thank you, Romanian banks, not yet. Thank you again. Ironic, thank you. We do physical delivery since day 1. This means you don't just rely on us to buy crypto for you, to sell it back to you, and maybe we have it, maybe we don't. For all crypto that is hosted on TOKERO, we have over 100% coverage in the crypto asset that you bought. We go on the open market, we buy it when you click it using APIs. This means whatever happens to our company, in the future, you are always covered. The academy that I was talking about earlier, the purple print screen, this is the introductory courses. Marius was kind enough to let himself be filmed for about 28 minutes. That's the amount of film that was rendered, not the amount of time that he spent filming. And now we have 6 beautiful courses, beautiful steps in a course, that represent introductions for people that have no crypto literacy whatsoever. Most likely, those people are not in this room. For the people in this room, we have a quiz, and if you answer it properly, you actually get a voucher in our first Learn to Earn program. Because what's crypto, what's courses if you don't earn something? Everybody wants money. Last few years, we've been running a few projects on a pre-token generation event launchpad, and we are happy to announce that we are reactivating this service now that the market has finally warmed up. So if you have tokens, please come to our booth. We are more than happy to host you on our launchpad. And some of you might know about the concept of crypto mayors, our best in-territory affiliate network. So let's take them like one at a time. Learn to earn. This is the QR. I don't know where to sit. I'm going to sit on this side. Pretty big QR on the screen. So this is the Learn to Earn QR. It'll take you like 3 minutes to do the entire quiz. Most likely you'll be done by the time I finish, but you're going to have to stop a few times for more QRs. There's a bonus. The quiz is worth 500 TOKERO tokens today. We'll drop it after the event back to 250. What's the normal amount? That's the budgeted amount for the accounting people in the room. So what's a crypto mayor? Again, I'm a programmer. I like my coding languages, so the presentation is filled with technical jargon. How many of you, the technical people in the room, have been asked by a less technical relative, friend, acquaintance, neighbor, or whatever, to install their Windows? Well, the techies, the people that helped other people with the technical problems, now have moved into Web3, and we are helping them install wallets, secure their keys. Because guess what? We did upgrade. The environment upgraded, we upgraded. The non-technical people, not exactly. They still need help. So what TOKERO did, and is still doing, and will be doing for at least the next 5 years, is growing an actual in-territory affiliate network in which you are rewarded for helping bringing other people into crypto. Everybody is talking about onboarding the next billion. At least a few of the cryptocurrencies are talking about this, of the layer ones. But what are they actually doing? Building software for technical people, which are already in crypto. So how does that help onboard the next billion? It helps other developers onboard the next billion. Oh yeah, indirect work. Okay, great, thank you. We've chosen the human approach, and we are going person to person, expanding this network, and helping them actually understand what they're doing with their money, and how to own it, how to spend it, how to invest it. And there was a presentation earlier in the other room, one very important, and I wouldn't say it a financial advice, but it's a financial suggestion. Actually, you buy tokens, you should also sell tokens. Otherwise, it's a never marked profit. So personal suggestion, when you're happy with a profit, spend it, buy yourself an awesome vacation or something. You've earned it. If you are such a technical person, not for installing Windows, but for helping people install wallets, please come to our booth today, tomorrow, my colleagues will be more than happy to explain more about the Crypto Mayors program. Does the title ring a song in your mind? We will, we will. They say that Asia and America innovate. What does Europe do? It regulates. So they regulated us in 2017 with GDPR. We survived. They're bringing MiCA on top of our head. We will survive. Us, the businesses, the innovators. Yet, the next slide. I should probably tell you before, I have no party affiliations and I seriously dislike the political system. But the next slide will give you an idea about what the political system and the deciders in Romania are as a level. I took the liberty of taking a print screen from a local newspaper. If anybody needs translating into English, I'm more than happy to translate. These are the people doing the regulating. Can we trust them? I don't care what party he's from. I don't care about his name. I care about the level of technical illiteracy to say something like this. These are the people that we are being asked to follow the rules. This is one example. We can probably find more. So, what is TOKERO doing? Officially inviting every state entity, please come to a dialogue. Please let us help you understand and make better regulations. You are busy, we are busy, I know, but it's worth the dialogue. So, from one Martian to Romanian regulators, please, please come to the dialogue table. This is not a fight. Let's cooperate. And no, I'm not turning into Venom, and I'm not a symbiote either at the end of the presentation. Yeah, and the moment from our sponsor, TOKERO here. Our private sale is still ongoing. The private sale prices close Sunday evening. Visit our booth for details, discounts, bonuses. One bonus that is not presented on the screen, so I'll have the pleasure of telling it by voice. Last time and this time, during the event, you get 25% bonus in token for everything you buy during the event. Just like the previous event, we have a lottery. This time we simplified it. You can scan this QR or any of the QRs from our lovely colleagues that have been wearing those t-shirts all day and letting themselves be scanned. Thank you everybody for letting yourselves be scanned. The prize for the lottery will be allocated something like Friday evening. The extraction, running the lottery itself will be done Friday evening. We'll communicate with you, and the whole process should be done by next Friday. Anybody not tried our physical airdrop with a cash grab machine? The noisy thing at the beginning of the row? Anybody? And this would be it. Surprisingly, I finished early. So, anybody questions? Questions. One question, okay. TOKERO is a centralized exchange, and we use liquidity from other bigger exchanges. Right now, only centralized exchanges, and throughout the year, we'll be activating decentralized exchanges as well. The idea is that it's very complicated to have multiple accounts and have your wallet split and continuously have to pay transfer fees. So what we created was an easier to access interface, a simpler interface. you do one KYC, and right now you have access to over 100 cryptocurrencies. By the end of the year, the plan is to close with over 1,000. Does it answer your question? Okay, other questions? I have to use the plural because in Romania, the singular is burned. You might know it. No other questions? Okay, then I give you back 40 seconds of your lives. Thank you, everybody.